Hi there, it's Paulie here. Yay! Haha. So, I got sent some games for review. I had done a review of a game that spun off from Tunnels and Trolls / Monsters Monsters. And I'd sort of said, oh, this was the first one I was aware of that was a spin-off. And no, some people who had made spin-off games years ago based on Monsters Monsters sort of, no, I did one too. So yes, I'm very sorry, I wasn't aware, and I'm reviewing them right now because they're great. And I like this one. Shub Niggurath always knocks twice. This game it's a blend of kind of film noir, 30s, 40s, Humphrey Bogart style film noir with 20s, 30s, 40s style Call of Cthulhu Lovecraftian horror. And it uses the Monsters system. So, little recap, Monsters. So, Monsters, Tunnels and Trolls is one of the most venerable role-playing game systems. Came out right after original D&D. It has always concentrated more on story rather than mechanics. Doesn't mean it doesn't have mechanics, it's just that was always its focus. So you have characteristics for characters, strength, intelligence, etc. These are rolled on 3d6. But if you roll triples, you keep that score and roll again, adding it to the previous score. If that gets triples, you just keep going, so it cascades upwards, whee, if you want. Your characteristics at the start are the lowest they'll ever be. How these games express experiences, your characteristics get higher, because that allows you to pass higher and higher saving roll challenges. So that's how that works. Now, the core mechanic is the a saving roll. How this works is you've got a level of difficulty of the saving roll. A level 1 saving roll has a numerical value of 20 and it goes up by 5. So level 2 is 25, a level 3 is 30, etc. What you do is you roll 2d6 and you add it to the requisite characteristic. So if a whole bunch of boulders come cascading down, well, the umpire might say you have to make a dexterity saving roll to hurl yourself out of the way. On the other hand, I might be able to persuade them. I might be able to leap in and say, wait, luck, can I do a luck saving roll just that I catch it early enough that I I'm out of the main danger area and so it misses me? It's like, all right, yeah, I'll let you do that too. What you do is you take that characteristic. Let's say I go for the luck. Fantastic, because my character's luck is high at 16. I've got to roll 2d6. Add it to my 16 and beat 20. Now, on the roll with the 2 dice, if you get doubles, again, you keep the score and it cascades upwards. Keep the score, roll again. So if I roll an 8, double 4s, good. All right, I keep rolling. And 6, double 3s. Oh, okay, 8 and 6, 14. You can just keep going. You can get extra effects sometime. Or sometimes just bragging rights. Woo! But it is all worth experience. The higher you, the amount by which you beat your saving rolls is worth experience too. So getting those big scores is kind of cool. So an easy enough system there to manage. You use this for things like firing missiles at people, shooting. That's going to be a dexterity saving roll. I roll to see if I can hit him. Now, when you hit someone, weapons have a set number of damage dice. You roll that. Armor subtracts from damage, and the remainder comes off your constitution, basically, and that's your hit points. Hand-to-hand combat, you get a set number of dice depending on what kind of weapons you're wielding, and your characteristics come into play fairly heavily. So you get a bonus to the overall dice score for characteristics like strength and dexterity and luck that are above average, and you get a negative of the dice score for those characteristics if they are below average. Both sides roll. The higher subtracts a lower total from their total, and the remainder is damage that goes onto the target. So a downside of this is that sometimes something is so big and brutal you just ain't going to win. It's rolling 7 dice and you're rolling 3. Time to run away. So there are definitely those moments when you can see there might be a magic spell, or there might be a tactic, or something you do, something role-playing. I'm not going to fight this swordsman. I'm going to pull the rug out from under his feet because he's standing on it. I'm going to cut the rope to the chandelier and drop it on his head. That's time where the game always actively encouraged alternative solutions beyond just standing there and trading blows with something big and tough, which, was what I loved about it. It's right there telling you, don't go into a slugfest with something that you can't beat. Come up, think outside the box, do something else, which is what, say, Dungeons and Dragons didn't encourage you to do. Kind of said, no, that's cheating. I want you to roll the hit dice and, get killed. However, so that's the basic framework. Shub Niggurath always knocks twice has a very unique little game world, and that's what it's all about. So the idea is it's another world. It is a kind of slightly diesel punky 1930s film noir world. So there is gleaming Art Deco metropoli. There are mighty airships, dirigibles, and so on, which cruise between these, as well as, of course, in some areas the really cool Art Deco trains and so on. Lots of beautiful people in tuxedos and evening gowns at skytop bars and so on. And there is this, it is a great life for all. Or is it? No, because this is a world that is inhabited by fantasy creatures. There are elves, there are dwarves, and the usual suspects are here. So it ain't our world. It's a world where things from other worlds have been dragged in and they've kind of gotten this technology. But the stuff that we would normally conceive of as monsters, which is, goblins and giant spiders and giant frogs and Cthulhu creatures, deep ones and Shoggoths and Migo and all these sorts of things, they're there as well. But all of these creatures are dominated by the civilized races. So all these monster races, you're the drudges. Beneath these gleaming metropoli, it's like the movie Metropolis. There is an underworld where you just drudge to give them a beautiful life. You eternally shovel coal into the power generators and, pull the switches and keep the place polished. You slave away in the underground farms growing delicacies for these people to eat before you go and get your gruel. You sit there at manufacturing complexes making beautiful tuxedos and, individually handcrafting the sequins for the evening gowns, handcrafting swizzle sticks for all the martinis or whatever that you'll never get to drink because you guys are just scum. And so you guys are effectively, enough is enough, enough is enough. You guys are trying to be a resistance. Now, some of these downtrodden, they don't want anyone ruffling the status quo, because, these guys have got magical powers and so on, and they've got guns and bombs and knives, and they will destroy us. You're right, they've got a ton of power. Where will people like you get power from? Wait, once upon a time, there were entities that cared for you, that loved you, that looked after you, that gave you power, that let you face down your enemies and make mortals fear you. Yes, the Elder Gods. It's time to raise the Elder Gods. and they will help free you and make the world a proper place. So you're freedom fighters striving to basically raise that Cthulhu. Contact Dagon. Hail Yog-Sothoth. What? Hashtur? He that shall not be named? Bring it, baby. Hashtur, 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 Hashtur. You're trying to basically find how to bring these things back to get you power, because they can get you spells and which will let you fight these guys. So, well, where do you find information like that? Well, these horrible people in these gleaming metropoli and so on, well, they've got secret knowledge libraries where they keep it. They keep it locked away. It's there. It's in museums. It's in the workshops of their sorcerers. It's hidden in ancient archives. You've got to go there and find them. So, this is kind of a spy thing flipped over. You are infiltrating, you are either going to be physically fighting your way into places as kind of ninja raiders or what have you, or you're going to be infiltrating, because up there in the city, these underclasses, you're also the street sweepers, and you're serving the drinks, and you're running the elevators. What floor, please? Or if you're a Shoggoth, what floor, please? So you got to get in there. You got to find the stuff. You've got to free your people. You are mighty freedom fighters, my friend. So that is the setup, and it's a riot. They're planning on expanding it pretty obviously. It comes with a adventure in the book, which has some great kind of arty deco, girls in dresses and sinister cultist masks, holding the inevitable Mauser broom handles and having a good time. This is a very cool flip of the whole Cthulhu trope thing, and very, very thoroughly in the spirit of original Monsters, where you played a monster. But in this case, you're kind of playing a monster, and you're kind of the good guys. It's not like, I'm not a vampire running around trying to kill people to stay alive. I'm a goblin, or I'm a Shoggoth, or whatever, trying to basically, free my people. Or in the case of Shoggoths, my people. So yeah, it's this is a hoot. Just want to say thanks for sending this in to me. This is a riot. This is a really good game. It's a great setting. I think this is cool. You don't need monsters to play this. The rules are in here. Couldn't hurt to have Monsters. Just download it anyway, because it's a great piece of work. But it's in here. So this is lovely. And if you did get original Monsters, that will have all of the fancy monsters in there. This has some Call of Cthulhu stuff up there as creatures that you can play, but they didn't bother putting in hundreds of regular fancy monsters because they kind of presumed you'd already have them in another volume. They just got a couple in there, like, goblins and whatever. It just gives you a couple of species that you can choose from it initially. They're not saying only choose from those, it's just put those up as an example. And you can make anything you want. So, but they've got like fishmen and things there. But if you really want to go the Great Race of Yith or whatever and, have that as a character, by all means, you can do it. So, look, what a riot. What a really cool idea for a setting. Hats off to the designer. This is a great piece of work. Go out and find a copy. Thoroughly recommended. Anyway, that's it for that review. If you like the reviews, please hit subscribe, hit the like button. It really helps the algorithm. I will keep doing the reviews, and I will hopefully see you guys at a gaming table someday. All right, cheers everybody. Bye.